You are dropped. Not gently. The word for what happens is dropped onto dry grass that is still warm from the afternoon sun, and your body arrives in the world, folded and wet, and working at nothing yet. Your lungs don't open for a full second. The air here is dry and smells of dust and something older than dust, and it hits your chest before your chest is ready for it. You are the most dangerous animal on this continent, and right now, you weigh less than a house cat. The blood smell opens into the air immediately. Your mother knows this. She picks you up by the scruff before you have learned what scruff means and carries you 30 meters into a thicket of acacia scrub, and the movement disturbs a ring of dry grass that shifts and whispers outward in every direction. Something on the edge of the drainage line goes still. It has heard the grass. It turns toward where you were, not where you are. Your mother sets you down in the dark under the thorns and presses her body against you and does not move. The thing at the drainage line is a male, not from this pride, and his head comes up and holds. 200 kilograms of territorial logic, and if he finds you, he will kill you without hesitation. You are your father's genetics, and your father's genetics are a threat to his tenure. He circles the original spot for 40 seconds. He smells blood and grass and recent movement, but the thicket holds your mother's smell over yours. He moves on. The grass resettles. The only thing that saved you was that you hadn't moved. The large bodies in this world know when to go still. You had no choice in it this time, but stillness was the correct answer. 3 weeks in, your eyes work. Not perfectly. Shapes arrive before edges do, and you track your mother's tail more than her face, but they work well enough that you stop walking into things. Your legs are less certain. You try to follow her from the thicket to the water, and your rear end slides sideways on a smooth rock, and your chin hits the ground, and you sit there for a moment, with your legs pointing in 4 different directions. She does not wait. You get up. There are other cubs in this pride, 2 females from a different mother, 3 weeks older than you, and already moving with a coordination your body hasn't discovered. You watch them and try to replicate what they do and fall over again. What you notice, watching them, is that neither of them has the thing beginning on your head and shoulders. A faint, dark suggestion along your neck and jaw, the way weather looks from a distance before it arrives. Your mane, barely visible, barely worth naming. The older female cub sniffs at it once and walks away. She doesn't know what it means yet. Neither do you. But the adult males of this pride will. What brings the second threat is the smell your mother carries back one evening. Meat and adrenaline, and something chemical that means stranger. A nomadic male has found the pride's boundary and is reading it. The females hear him before you do. 3 of them move together and form a line at the edge of the clearing, bodies low and ears flat. And your mother steps out in front of you and holds that position with everything she has. You can feel the vibration of a sound building in her chest, never releasing. The nomadic male walks the line for 3 minutes. He's bigger than the females, probably bigger than any male you have seen. He turns and goes. The females hold the line for another 2 minutes after he's gone. Then they drop their heads and walk back, and within 10 seconds, one of them is cleaning her paw. The pride's geometry is its intelligence, and you are too small to be part of it yet. But you are close enough to be inside it, and that is the only position that matters right now. What you don't know is that you have perhaps 9 months before the calculus changes, before the adult males of this pride look at you and see a future rival instead of a cub. The mane will do that to you. It will grow and darken and announce you as something they cannot afford to keep. By 14 months, the pride has quadrupled in size to you, not because it has grown, but because you now understand how large it actually is. 12 females, 3 cubs your age, 2 adult males with manes like dark storm clouds, who walk through the center of any gathering and watch everything shift around them. You follow at the edge of their movement during the first big communal hunt you're allowed near, and the noise of it, 60 wildebeest running in a mass that makes the ground uneven beneath your paws, hits you like a wall of sound and dust and hooves, and you stop moving and turn in a circle twice before you find your mother's shape in the confusion. One of the other young males, born the same week as you, tries to join the chase before his legs are ready for the distance. He gets into the collapse of the kill, but a hoof catches him across the side, and he goes down and doesn't find his footing again correctly. He walks after that, with a hitch in his left rear quarter. The females don't adjust the hunt. The males don't look back. He eats when there is room at the carcass. 3 weeks later, during the dry season movement, he can't keep pace and falls behind the main body. The pride moves on. You move with them because stopping was not an option being offered. The environment will ask for more than you can currently give. It has already started asking. You are expelled at 26 months, not with ceremony. The pride's 2 adult males simply begin responding to you differently. A direct stare that doesn't break. A low sound in the chest that means move. Bodies that shoulder into yours during feeding until you are always on the outside of the carcass. You leave because the alternative is a fight. You will lose badly. You take 2 other young males with you, both related, both carrying the same thin manes and the same confusion. You are nomads now. The world opens up enormous and does not offer anything. The first months of exile are a physical education with no teacher. You are hungry for 19 days before you make a successful kill. On the 20th day, you read the wind correctly for the first time, your nose dropping and sweeping left to find the impala herd's position relative to the grass height, the approach angle, the burst window, and you come in low through a dry creek bed and close the distance before the impala's legs note a fire. The weight of it under your paws, the smell of blood, the silence after. The first thing in your life you chose correctly without anyone showing you. You eat until you can't breathe well. You don't move for an hour after that. The sun goes across and you stay there. 4 months later, your coalition walks into a territory that is already held. 2 resident males come out of the dark at full speed, and the math is wrong from the first second. They are bigger, they are coordinated, they know this ground. One of your coalition partners goes down under both of them before you can make a decision. You hear what happens to him. You run into the darkness and don't stop for 3 kilometers. You press your body into dry grass, and your heart does something irregular for a long time. Something is shifting in your body, and when it finishes shifting, the world will require you to stop running and start holding ground. At 6 years old, you have a territory. 22 square kilometers of mixed bush and open grassland, south of a seasonal river, held with 1 remaining coalition partner, a male whose mane has gone nearly black at the edges and who roars with a depth that carries 5 kilometers on a still night. You roar together at dawn. The sound travels. Nothing roars back from inside your boundary. That is the answer you are waiting for. You have 3 females. You have cubs. Your mane is full now, dark amber, shading to black at the throat, dense enough that another male's canines have to work to find the skin beneath it in a fight. It has saved your throat twice. You know it the way you know your own weight, completely, without thinking about it. You patrol the boundary at dusk. You eat 4 times a week. You sleep 17 hours a day in configurations of bodies that generate warmth and read the perimeter through the collective noise of the bush. This is the ceiling. You are at it. One evening, a sound comes from the eastern edge of the territory, from the direction of the open floodplain, and it doesn't move. You lift your head. You read the air once. The sound is still there. Low, dense, layered. You lower your head. Your coalition partner is already asleep 12 meters away. In the morning, the buffalo herd is at the southern waterhole. 300 animals, and the bulk of them move like a single decision. You have taken buffalo before, at the edge of herds, isolating strays, using two bodies and coordinated approach geometry. You know the weight-to-speed calculation. You have made this work. What you don't account for is that this herd didn't sleep. Something found them last night, and they are still reading everything as a continuation of that threat. You approach from the east. You find the edge animal, a cow slightly separated. You begin the approach, low and committed. The herd turns. Not the cow. The herd. All of it, pivoting toward you as one wall of horn and muscle and hooves. And you are no longer the thing approaching. You are the thing being approached, and you don't have the geometry for this because you have never needed it. Your entire life, you have been the thing that charges. You turn. The herd is already moving faster than the calculation said it would. The ground under you is flat and open with no cover, and your coalition partner is 500 meters away and doesn't know yet. The first impact takes your rear legs out. The second one finds your spine. You go flat, and the sound of hooves is structural. It is in the ground and in your chest at the same time. Your mane presses into the dirt. The herd passes over and around and through the space you occupy, and then they are past and moving north, and the dust comes down slowly over the grass. You held territory for 4 years. A buffalo herd found you in open ground without your coalition, and your body failed under their weight. The floodplain is quiet by mid-morning, the way it is every morning, the way it was before you arrived. Life as a male lion might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild.